Have you ever wondered, looking at your legs after age 50, where did all my strength go? Maybe you've noticed your muscles have become flabby, your energy vanishes before you even finish a set, and even climbing a few steps feels like a major effort. But the good news is that by applying the right exercises, you can reclaim strength, firmness, and confidence in your legs, and I'll show you how. In our body, aging brings a process called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. Starting in your 30s, you lose around 3% to 5% of muscle mass each decade, and that rate only accelerates as the years go by. Without proper stimulus, in just 20 years you could have lost nearly 30% of the strength you had in your youth, compromising mobility, balance, and autonomy in daily tasks. But this is not an inevitable fate. With consistent stimuli, it's possible to reverse this decline and live with more vitality. To illustrate, I share the inspiring case of my friend Fernando, 57 years old. When he came to me, he could hardly squat down to tie his sneaker laces. After 6 weeks following a simple protocol of 3 exercises on alternating days, he not only regained safe squatting ability, but also began walking on uneven terrain without fear. This real example proves that it's never too late to take back control of your strength. The 3 movements we use are simple and can be done at home without equipment. First, the bodyweight squat, where you keep your feet shoulder-width apart, engage your core, descend until your knees form a 90-degree angle, and return with control, strengthening quadriceps, glutes, and stabilizers. Next, the single leg calf raise, in which you lightly support yourself on a chair for balance, bear weight on one foot, lift your heel up to your toes, hold for 1 second, and lower slowly, toning the calves and enhancing ankle stability. Finally, the reverse lunge, where you step backward, bend both knees until your rear almost touches the ground, and return to the starting position, alternating legs and challenging quadriceps, glutes, and unilateral balance. To maximize results, keep your core tight as if holding a shield against your abdomen, and focus on your breathing. Inhale on the descent and exhale as you rise, which maximizes muscle activation and reduces fatigue. Visualize power words like strength, vitality, and overcoming during each repetition. This motivational trigger enhances your gains. With discipline and consistency, you'll experience immediate benefits. It will become easier to stand up from a chair, climb stairs without losing your breath, and walk on any surface safely. Imagine, for example, having to pick up a heavy bag from the floor at the supermarket. With strong legs and improved stability, you can squat with confidence, hold the weight without losing balance, and return to an upright position without pain or shaking. A simple gesture that used to cause insecurity now becomes a source of pride. Think of how much you can transform your body smartly and safely. I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss any content, and most importantly, share in the comments which of these aspects you feel you need to work on the most. Is it strength, stability, balance, or that little backache that's been bothering you for a while? I really want to hear your stories so I can tailor the next videos to what you truly need. By performing the right exercises today, I'll show you exactly how I rebuilt strength, muscle mass, and confidence in my legs after turning 50 with 3 simple movements you can do at home without equipment, without a gym, and without complicated routines. Aging brings a process called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, which causes us to lose about 1% of muscle mass per year after 50, with the legs being the most affected. Less muscle means weaker legs, compromised balance, reduced mobility, higher risk of falls, and diminished self-esteem. The good news is that all of this can be reversed if you train smartly, choosing exercises that stimulate strength, stability, and endurance in an integrated way. The first exercise is the wall sit, the true foundation builder. Press your back against a wall and slide down until your knees form a 90-degree angle. as if sitting on an invisible chair, keeping your core engaged. Hold this position for 30 to 60 seconds and repeat 3 times, resting for 1 minute between each set. This movement activates the quadriceps, glutes, and stabilizing muscles, creating the strength foundation that will support all subsequent exercises. The second exercise is the body weight squat, which boosts the power of your quadriceps and glutes while teaching movement control. With your feet shoulder-width apart, lower your hips by pushing your knees back, keeping your chest upright and your core engaged until you feel your hips aligned with your knees. Rise in a controlled manner as if you were pushing the floor away. Perform 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions, always prioritizing proper form. The third movement is the reverse lunge, which works each leg unilaterally, correcting any imbalances. From a standing position, take a step back, bending both knees until your rear almost touches the ground. Return safely and switch legs, completing 3 sets of 10 repetitions on each side. With discipline and consistency, you'll regain firmness in your thighs, stability in your ankles, and the confidence to carry out daily activities without fear. Start today by dedicating just 15 minutes and get ready to feel the transformation happen. By applying the right exercises, today I'll show you how I rebuilt leg strength after turning 50, beginning with the wall sit, one of the most effective methods to work the quadriceps and glutes isometrically without overloading the joints. To perform the wall sit, position yourself with your back fully against a sturdy wall, move your feet about 60 centimeters from the base, keeping them shoulder-width apart, and slide your torso down until your knees form a 90-degree angle, as if you were sitting on an invisible chair. Engage your core, press your back firmly into the wall, and hold this position for 15 to 30 seconds in the first week, gradually progressing to 60 seconds or more as your endurance improves. Since it's an isometric exercise, the muscles work without joint movement, reducing stress on the knees and hips while deeply strengthening the thighs, glutes, and hip region, translating into daily activities like standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, and walking more securely. I remember that on my first attempt, my legs shook after just 20 seconds, but 3 weeks of daily practice allowed me to hold the position for over a minute, feeling stability and firmness again. Next, we restore calf strength with the heel raise, standing, lightly supported by a chair for balance. Place your weight on one foot. Lift your heel up to your toes, hold for 1 second and lower in a controlled manner. Perform 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each leg, resting for 30 seconds between sets. This movement reinforces the calves' role as shock absorbers and ankle stabilizers, improves your walking push-off, and reduces the risk of sprains. With just 3 weekly sessions, you'll notice firmer strides, better balance on uneven terrain, and greater endurance throughout the day. And while we're at it, tell me in the comments, were you already doing this type of squat in your daily routine? Did you notice a difference when you used the wall for support? Your feedback is essential so that we can grow together. I read every comment and use your responses to plan the next videos, always thinking about what can truly help you achieve a higher quality of life. So comment below which exercise challenged you the most or which part of your body you feel needs the most strengthening. Let's build this journey together, one step at a time, by applying the right exercises. Today I'll show you how I rebuilt leg strength after 50, starting with the wall sit, which works the quadriceps and glutes isometrically without overloading the joints. To perform the wall sit, position yourself with your back fully against a sturdy wall. Move your feet about 60 centimeters, 24 inches, away from the base, aligned shoulder-width apart, and slide your torso down until your knees form a 90-degree angle as if you were sitting on an invisible chair. Engage your core, press your back into the wall, and hold this position for 15 to 30 seconds during the first week, progressing to 60 seconds or more as your endurance improves. Next, we restore calf strength with the heel raise. Stand, lightly supported by a chair or countertop, with your feet hip-width apart and toes pointing forward. Activate your core and slowly rise onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as possible. Pause for 2 seconds at the top, feeling the contraction, then lower slowly, completing 15 to 20 repetitions per set for a total of 3 sets. Strong calves stabilize the ankles, improve walking efficiency, reduce the risk of falls, and even aid posture, since ankle mobility and calf strength decrease with age. I remember that when I started practicing daily, I barely tripped over my own feet. I felt my ankles steady and even noticed more toned legs at age 56. Finally, the third exercise is the step-up, which simulates real-life movements like climbing stairs, essential for functional lower body strength in men over 50. To perform it safely, find a step 15 to 30 centimeters, 6 to 8 inches, 12 inches, high, place your right foot fully on it, and push through your heel to lift your body, bringing your left leg up in a controlled manner. Step down carefully and repeat 10 times on each leg for 3 sets. Finally, we arrive at the third movement, the step-up, which puts your body's functional strength into practice by perfectly mimicking the act of climbing stairs. To perform it correctly, find a sturdy step, 15 to 30 centimeters, 6 to 12 inches, high. Place your right foot fully on the step, focus on driving through your heel, and push your body upward until your left leg joins the right on top of the step. On the descent, lead with your left foot touching the ground first, then bring your right foot down. Alternate legs with each repetition, performing 8 to 10 reps per leg for 2 to 3 sets. As you gain strength, gradually increase the repetitions or use a higher step. This exercise works because it simultaneously recruits the quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, calves, and core, improving not only strength but also coordination and balance. The result translates directly into easier stair climbing, greater endurance on long walks, and a more stable posture in daily life. Beyond these 3 pillars, wall sit, heel raise, and step up, it's essential to think about integrating these movements into your lifestyle. You can, for example, turn your daily routine into small workout blocks. While waiting for water to boil, do a set of wall sits. During a break at work, stand up and perform calf raises. And whenever you encounter a small step at home or in the yard, use it for step-ups. This way, you accumulate training stimuli throughout the day without needing a dedicated gym session. Another key factor to amplify your gains is conscious progression. Start by respecting your current limits, but track in a notebook or app how many reps you complete and how long you hold each exercise. Each week, aim to add 1 or 2 reps or increase your wall sit time by 5 seconds. This simple log both motivates you and makes your progress visible, turning your workout into a sustainable habit. Nutrition also makes all the difference. Invest in a post-workout meal that combines high-quality proteins, such as eggs, chicken, or Greek yogurt, with complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, brown rice, or quinoa, and healthy fats such as avocado or nuts. These macronutrients aid muscle recovery and reduce fatigue before your next session. Hydration and restorative sleep are equally critical. Drinking enough water keeps your muscle fibers healthy, and 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night allow your body to produce anabolic hormones that promote lean mass rebuilding. It's worth emphasizing that over these weeks of practice, you're not just training muscles, you're reclaiming confidence. With every held squat, every stable heel raise, and every step conquered, your brain reinforces the belief that your body is capable and resilient. This body-mind circuit generates a daily sense of achievement that transcends the workout environment, translating into more energy for simple activities like playing with your grandchildren, tending the garden, or climbing stairs at work without fear. To embark on this project, make a small commitment to yourself. Choose fixed days, for example Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for a structured 15-minute workout, and on the in-between days, keep up micro sessions throughout the day. At the end of each week, do a quick check-in to assess strengths and adjust the next plan. This combination of an intense cycle and daily maintenance is the secret to consistent, lasting gains. And while we're at it, tell me in the comments, were you already doing this type of step-up workout in your routine? Did you notice a difference when you varied the step height? Which of these 3 exercises challenged you the most? Or which part of your body do you feel needs the most strengthening? Your feedback is essential so we can evolve together and create videos ever more aligned with your needs. Let's strengthen our legs and our community one step at a time. With practice, even everyday movements like walking become safer. My feet gained stability, the risk of falls decreased, and although my legs shook at first, consistency made all the difference. Today, climbing stairs is easy, and I feel much more confident with every step. But here's the real secret: consistency. Even dedicating just 5 minutes a day to these exercises can transform your legs after 50. Think about it. Stronger legs mean climbing steps without pain, standing up from a chair easily, a lower risk of falls, a more upright posture, and renewed self-confidence to face daily life. To further amplify your results, try adding small variations each week. For example, in the wall sit, slightly turn your heels inward or outward in some sets to activate different quadriceps fibers. During calf raises, alternate between unilateral and bilateral variations, or hold an isometric pause at the top of each rep for up to 3 seconds. In the step-up, try holding the opposite knee at the highest point for 1 second before descending, reinforcing core engagement and hip stability. These simple variations keep your muscles surprised and prevent plateaus, ensuring you keep progressing without adding external load. Beyond movement variations, it's essential to balance training, rest, and nutrition. Quality sleep between 7 to 8 hours per night allows your muscles to recover and grow stronger. Adequate protein intake, spaced throughout the day, supplies the building blocks needed to repair microtears and promote muscle growth. If you experience mild soreness the next day, view it as a sign of adaptation. However, if the pain persists intensely, take a day off and swap one session for a light walk or gentle stretching. Active recovery boosts circulation and minimizes stiffness, preparing your muscles for the next stimulus. Another key aspect is mindset. Treat each workout as a commitment to yourself, not just a task to check off. Set a phone reminder, partner up with a friend or virtual workout buddy, and celebrate every small victory. An extra 5 seconds in the wall sit, 1 more rep on the step up, a day without calf shakes. These milestones keep your motivation high and make the habit naturally integrate into your routine. And when motivation wanes, remember how you'll feel resuming activities with renewed energy, playing with grandchildren, traveling pain-free, or simply walking in the park without hesitation. To further illustrate this transformation, imagine 1 month into the program. You reach the top of a long staircase without needing to use the handrail. Feel stability in your ankles walking on cobblestones. And notice your clothes fitting more comfortably as your leg muscles gain definition. Your daily life becomes lighter, you sleep better, and you begin to inspire friends and family with your change. This impact goes far beyond the physical. It's a powerful boost to self-esteem and quality of life. And while you're at it, share with us, what small achievement have you experienced since you started moving more? Was there a day you noticed less pain getting out of a chair? Or did you feel extra stability stepping out of the car? All these stories matter and help guide the content of upcoming videos. Remember, 5 minutes a day can be the turning point you needed to rediscover the strength in your legs and the freedom to move without limits. Let's go together one step at a time toward the best version of ourselves. Everyday life, you'll notice that each step becomes lighter, and best of all, you'll feel younger, because mobility equals independence. To wrap things up with a flourish, here's a powerful summary of the 3 exercises that transformed my legs after 50. No gym, no equipment needed, wall sit. This isometric exercise rebuilds your quadriceps and glutes, generating deep strength without compromising your joints. Just press your back against a wall, slide down until your knees form a 90-degree angle, and hold. Start with 15 to 30 seconds and increase as your endurance improves. Standing calf raise. Your natural shock absorbers will thank you. Lightly support yourself on a chair. Shift your weight onto one foot. Lift your heel up to your toes. Pause for 2 seconds at the top, then lower with control. Do 15 to 20 reps per leg to restore lower leg strength and improve balance. Step up. Functional strength you use every day. Place one foot fully on a 15 to 30 centimeter step. Drive through your heel to lift your body. Bring your other leg up, then step down safely, alternating legs. Perform 8 to 10 reps per leg for 2 to 3 sets and increase difficulty by adding reps or using a higher step. These movements saved my legs from weakness, improved my balance, and above all gave me back the confidence to tackle any challenge, from climbing stairs to playing with my grandchildren. So don't wait. Start today and experience firsthand how strong legs are the foundation of a full, confident, and free life. And with just 5 minutes a day, you'll begin to feel the difference. At first, my legs shook, but as the days went on, every movement became easier, and I felt rejuvenated. The key is to turn this commitment into an enjoyable habit, not another chore. Imagine waking up and, before your coffee, feeling the satisfaction of completing your express workout, the sense of mission accomplished that gives you a boost for the rest of the day. Or in the late afternoon after a day's work, noticing that extra minute holding the wall sit brought you deep relaxation, as if you'd rescued not only your physical, but also your mental strength. To make this happen, small adaptations in your daily routine make all the difference. You can, for example, use your breakfast break to do standing calf raises while checking the latest news on your phone. Or when you get out of the car at home, adjust your step instead of walking straight inside. Use the first step of your porch as a spontaneous step up. These micro sessions accumulate stimulus over time and reduce the feeling of extra workout, making the process almost imperceptible yet highly effective. As your muscles adapt to the challenge, keep an eye on the small signs of progress. Challenge yourself to add 5 seconds to your wall sit, perform 1 extra repetition on the step up, or hold the top of your calf raise for 2 seconds longer. Recording these advances, whether in a simple app or a notebook, not only boosts your motivation, but also creates a tangible record of your evolution, something you can revisit whenever laziness threatens to strike. Another secret is to involve your loved ones in this journey. Invite a friend, a child, or even a neighbor to join the 4-week challenge. Set shared goals, swap ideas about what's working, and celebrate each balance miracle you achieve together. Camaraderie makes the workout feel lighter and fosters mutual accountability, since no one wants to let their commitment partner down. And to keep the flame of motivation burning, pay attention to your diet and rest. A post-workout snack with yogurt and fruit, a restorative night's sleep, and plenty of water throughout the day amplify the results by speeding both muscle recovery and overall well-being. When you care for these pillars, training, nutrition, and sleep, you'll notice your body responding with vigor, your mind growing clearer, and each daily challenge being met with renewed energy. Now I want to know, how are you integrating these movements into your day? Are you doing wall sits while waiting for the oven to preheat? Or did you use that garden step for a deliberate step up? Share in the comments your integration strategy, which variation challenged you the most, and, most importantly, how you felt after completing your first 4-week cycle. Your story doesn't just inspire other men over 50. It guides the content of future videos so I can deliver what's truly useful to your routine. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these aspects resonated most? Do you feel you need to improve balance, strengthen your legs, relieve back pain, or simply regain confidence in your own movements? Share your experience, your story, your challenges here in the comments. I read every submission. It helps me shape the next content, always considering what can truly transform your routine. If this video helped you in any way, if it planted that seed of hope that yes, there's still much you can do, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the channel. Join our community of people who have decided to take charge of their own health, who understand that the secret isn't in grand sacrifices but in small, consistent decisions. Hit the bell icon to receive upcoming videos and, if possible, share this content with someone you love who could benefit from these practices. Let's grow together, step by step, unhurried but intentional. Because in the end, what really matters isn't your age, but the courage to start over whenever necessary. And if you've made it this far, leave a comment with the word courage, just so we know you're with us until the end. Who knows? Your courage might inspire someone else to take the first step today.